Another shed update, and this one's not too bad. It's basically some things that I did acquire, and I've been cleaning out the old garage and putting stuff in the attic, and I was going through the parts boxes, which I wanted to add to the Ark, and then of course the attic is basically turning into a model graveyard, but we'll do a video on that probably in a week or two, but we'll show the progress of the attic. But anyway, a shed update. Somewhere in here I have a 24 scale Viper. I think it's FM models that makes it, and this is just spare parts that I've had and from other people's Vipers that I built. Anyway, they're just excellent castings. But anyway, you can always never have enough heads, helmets, and all that good stuff. I have no idea where I got the sack of figures, but there's basically 32nd, 35th, 48th, 24th. I mean, these are vintage figures and accessories, but anyway, you can always use figures. Just, I mean, that's almost a blast from the past looking at all the ancient, even there's 24th German tank commander right there. You know, it's just crazy. I had a 3PO kit here, and basically I either bought him in parts or I disassembled him. I can't remember which, but it's the old NPC kit, which I was trying to take. I like Attack of the Clones. If anyone's, I assume everyone's seen it, where 3PO gets the battle droid helmet, the 3PO body with the battle droid head. I just think that's just the coolest thing in the whole show. And I built one, and I was going to build another one to make the when they put the droid, or excuse me, the 3PO head on the droid body. And I got a battle droid somewhere. I probably buried it, but anyway, it's somewhere around here. But that was one thing that I was always like to do, and I try to pick up spare parts just in case I want to do it. And now since you got the Force Awakens, you know, you can make Red Arm 3PO, and I wanted to pick up more 3PO kits because like the Empire Strikes Back, you can get the you know, painted silver. There's one in episode 1 that's a silver, and in the comics there's an assassin droid that's a 3PO unit, and so, you know, can never have enough droids because they can always be repainted and you know, make different characters. This is one of those things where I actually paid that much for a box of parts at a model show, and it's just a variety of stuff. I mean, figures, resin parts, photo etch, just crazy. Mostly a lot of injection seats, but anyway, actually bought 2 of those, and it's just a variety of parts. And I do love my parts, and always can be used on anything, everything from what it's intended to be to, you know, science fiction. These are like Gundam figures, and I don't know where I got them. I picked them up somewhere. I always think you could get like a Gundam kit, and these would be like bonus figures, and you could get them. And I know the Robotech ones did them a lot. I like them. I think they're just a good size, and I'll probably start me a little pile over here because I don't have very many Gundam figures. You know, you got Gundams, but not the actual pilots and people that go with it. The Serenity. This is the Yahtzee game. I think it's just an excellent size. And, you know, if they can make a Yahtzee game like that, they can actually, I think they can make a kit of it. But I think this is just a cool, it really should be, I know everyone wants one a little bit bigger, but I think that's just perfect size. And it's almost right. There's a couple things you got to add to it. But anyway, I wanted one, and I've been, I saw one that was basically a damaged box, and I was like, all right, I'll buy one of those. And I did, and now I'm adding the Serenity to the science fiction section of the Ark, which it really needed it. The Reliant. This is the 1/1000 scale round 2 one. It's a gorgeous kit. It goes together. You have to buy the Aztecs separate, which I'm not a big fan of buying their Aztec sheets, which I think are, I want to say, a little overpriced. You can actually get a garage kit aftermarket one's cheaper, but I won't jump into that because I just took a generic Aztec pattern and printed out on my own decal sheet, and did my own, because I added the battle damage section, which is from yours truly from BHP. This is a vacuum form conversion, which you even do get the damaged nacelle that gets blown off. But anyway, that's just one vacuum form sheet there and one piece there. Put it on the kit and you can make it all battle damage and everything, just like in the movie. Anyway, that's available at bradhairproductions.com. In the store section, there'd be one sheet, vacuum form sheet. But I wanted to, I had to go dig this. This was in a tote for some reason, and I had to dig this back out because I'm going to probably put it back in the box, because I'm pretty sure I don't have one in here. And I usually have two of almost every Star Trek kit, because I do like to have one basically sealed and one for the collection, but I only got one, so I'm going to put him back in the box and we'll try to acquire another one down the road. This is an old Elfin kit. I don't know where I bought it many years ago. This was up in the attic, and of course, you know, half naked female here, which you know, that's probably was the selling point. They're thin vinyl kits, and I do love vinyl kits. You don't really back basically in the early 90s, it was kind of hard to get vacuum formed vinyl kits. I mean, you saw them sporadically, just like vacuum form kits, and just kind of picked them up when you can. And who knows where I got this? I probably either got it like at a Star Trek convention or you know, a model show or something. But anyway, wanted to add the Elfin to the pile, which I should have some more Elfin kits up there, and I probably got a couple more maybe buried. So I don't remember the last time I did a figure shelf update. But anyway, adding the Elfin, which I think is one of the coolest figure kits on there, because I do like female kits. Adding the Bandai Star Destroyers. I got these straight from Japan, because they were actually cheaper to buy it that way than it was to get it here in the States. Gorgeous kits. These basically remind me of the Star Blazer kits that you can get, and there's some I got some Crusher Joes somewhere, which I think it's behind the pillar there, and I just think they're excellent size. I mean, they're small, but they're just cool to have, and you know, we can't wait till we get a bigger one, which I assume Bandai will crank one out sooner or later. But anyway, that's one thing. And I got two. Life is Good, and I wanted to have one with the flat antenna and the one that sticks straight up, but that's just the Star Wars nerd in me that's coming out. Adding another Batmobile, and yes, I do have a lot of layaways at the hobby store. I like to support my brick and mortar hobby store, because he does supply paint, plastic, and he does treat me right. So I always try to get most of the kits from him, but some I do have to get online. But anyway, we'll come back here and we will add it to the other Batmobile, which I have not assembled, which I would like to assemble this one and then have one just basically collector wise, because I do pretty much own all the Batmobiles that come out, except for like the 1930s, which is a die-cast car, which I got it somewhere. I think I buried it. Of course, that's the story of my life in the arc. We bury model kits. But anyway, there's that. I think that's pretty much it. I wanted to show everyone the quick update of the one more. This is a bust. Basically, I want to say Normandy, D-Day. It's a two-piece kit. I couldn't tell you the manufacturer, because this is probably about 15, maybe 20 years old. And I'll tell you a little story. There was a lady, she was in the vendor room, and she was selling boxes of resin kits. But they weren't kits, it was just like defects, junk, arms, and torsos, and everything else. And I found out she was divorcing her husband, which her husband at the time was casting kits. Well, he went off the deep end, and he quit making it, so she sold all his resin casts, and half of these are pretty decent. I mean, they're maybe like an air bubble right there, but no big deal. And she told me, you can have all this for a certain price, and I was like, all right, I'll buy it. And I got hands, arms, heads, torsos, different other kits and I can't remember the name of it because it's been so long, but anyway, if you actually went through it like I did, I basically had like 3 torsos, but I had 1 head, but I did manage to get like a complete kit out of it for a bus kit. So I'll add that to the art, and then I'll probably, some of them are incomplete and some are not, but anyway, that's that was a story that I'll probably always remember about the little resin bundles and stuff that I have, and that's what got me kind of into the resin figure bug, if you will. Anyway, that's a little story of the bus there, which I always wanted to take him. And if you've ever read the comic G.I. Robot, that's I always wanted to put a robot head on here and make a G.I. Robot bust, but that was the first thing I thought of when I first seen this many years ago. But anyway, that's what I have got going on today. I got to put this stuff up. Probably have another shed update probably in about a couple weeks. You know, we'll probably get some more models in here because we do have a show coming up in about 2 weeks, so who knows what I will bring in here and fill this place up. But anyway, that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.